Hello, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis, and this is Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates.
If I can help somebody as I
It's my birthday edition, and we're going to have some fun this evening. We've got Commissioner Ron Cothran of District 10 of the Caddo Parish Commission. We've got Christopher Washington, super musician. We've got Dr. Byron Lyons, Superintendent of Schools of Bienville Parish. We also have Pastor Jeff Marshall, the President of the Dr. E. Edward Jones Baptist Ministers Fellowship Conference of Greater Shreveport and vicinity. I will also be interviewing Mrs. Latoria Wright Grant, the principal of Broadmoor STEM Academy. We got some original music from myself, and we've got some music from the archives from Minister Jerry Maiden. Stay tuned for Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. I'm your co-host, Pastor Patrick Dennis, and it's my birthday.
be in vain, oh, then my living.
Hello, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis, and this is Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. Y'all know what time it is. This is my birthday edition. It's November the 19th, and my 54th birthday. I'm celebrating it how I want to celebrate it. I get to write the show. I get to produce the script. I put it all together. I'm like a kid in a toy store, and I'm able to do it how I want to do it. So one of the most amazing and interesting people in the world that I've met to date. And I've been around this place for about 54 years. God has allowed me to see 54. And one of the most interesting people and inspiring people that I know is here in the studio with me, Brother Ronnie Cothran, Commissioner Ronnie Cothran. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, Pastor, and happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming and celebrating with me, man. It's definitely an honor to have you here. So tell me a little bit about where you're from and where'd you go to school and a little bit about your background.
Okay. Born and raised here in Shreveport, attended elementary school, 81st. Went from there to Union.
Okay.
Then went from there to Eden Garden.
Yeah.
Went back to Union, 9th grade, 7th grade, 9th grade, Union, 8th grade, and the rest of the time at Eden Garden High School at that particular time.
Yeah.
And in 1970, we had forced integration here in Shreveport, and our class was called the crossover class. We had about, I would say about 3 months left in school, our senior year, which was very devastating. And it might not have been even a total of 3 months, but it was very devastating to our class because, as you know, your senior year is probably the most enjoyable, the year that you look most forward to being in high school. So as a result of that, we went over to Captain Shreve and we graduated from there. And there was a lot of turmoil over there at that particular time because,
especially
again,
during this early 70s,
yes,
1970.
1970. And the thing about it, we got through that. We graduated a class in total of about 500, right at 600 students combined. Then from there, I matriculated on to Grambling, where I majored in social work, spent 4 years there. After the 4 years, I obtained a job here in Shreveport for about a year, and I always wanted to go into the military because the guy next door to me had been in the Air Force. He retired from the Air Force, and I used to always listen to him talk about traveling around the world, and it's like something I always wanted to do. And the thing about it, once I completed that year, the job actually terminated, or downsized, as they said, but I was offered an even better job here in Shreveport, but it's like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity for me to go into the military at this time, and that's what I did. I chose to go into the military.
Which branch?
United States Army.
Okay.
So I went to the United States Army initially as a flight operations specialist. Okay. Did that for 3 years, and then I became a behavior science specialist, basically mental health outpatient in the United States Army. I did that for about 18 years. And from there, once you get promoted to a certain grade, which is E8 in the United States Army, you become a medic, a 91 Bravo.
Okay.
But in between that time, I also became a 71 Lima, which is a administrative specialist, because as an E7, I replaced the E9
Yeah.
At one point in my career as well.
Wow.
And from there, I went on to retire from Fort Drum, New York as a E9 Sergeant Major in the United States Army. I was a senior medic in the division, and I had the distinct honor of working with the division DISCOM commander. She was a full-bird colonel,
Wow.
Colonel Dunwitty at that particular time, and she
Yeah.
became the first four-star female in the United States military, not just Army, United States military.
Yeah.
And it was truly an honor to work for her because she showed a lot of leadership qualities and just all around great soldier all the way around. Knew how to take care of people, things of this nature. But it was kind of ironic while I was there because I had two battalions. I had one of the largest battalions in the United States Army. And if you know the difference between Command Sergeant Major and Staff Sergeant Major, which I was actually more or less doing staff type work, taking care of medics throughout the division.
Yeah.
But she chose to put me over in a forward support battalion first, stayed over there for some months, and then I came back to my regular job, and then another sergeant major got removed, and I went and replaced him, and that's why I actually retired from out of that position. It was the largest separate battalion in the United States Army. It was so many moving pieces, and which actually led to one of the first jobs that I got upon terminating from the United States Army.
Yeah. Wow.
When I retired from the United States Army, I worked as I first worked as a transportation director for the public school system, and then from there I became an educator, special ed.
Yeah.
And from there, my last 10 years, I worked as a principal in a high school in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow.
So as a combined, I was gone from Shreveport probably about 45, 46 years. But the thing about it, what brought me actually back home was my mother, who transitioned about 2 years ago, because I saw her kind of slowing down, and God had ordered my steps in such a way that I was in a position that I could come back home, and I wasn't married at that particular time as well. So I came back home, took care of her. Best 5 years I've probably had in my life, because again, I was there all day, every day with her, cooked twice a day. We laughed, we talked, caught up on years that had been gone.
Sure.
Because as you know, in the Army, you come home for a week, 2 weeks max, and you're gone, you're out. And I can remember, as I look back over my 23 years, 9 months, the longest I ever came home in those 23 years plus was 30 days.
Wow.
So I had a great opportunity to catch up with her.
Absolutely. Man, that's when you talk about that, you talk with such passion and such nostalgia, and that I know that means something to you. All of that. So again, thank you for your service in the military. We just celebrated Veterans Day not too long ago. So now you are this is actually, you served part of a term.
Correct.
As Cattle Commissioner for District 8. And where someone didn't finish out their term.
Correct.
And so you served part of that term, and then you was elected to your own term.
Correct.
For District 10.
Correct.
For the Caddo Parish Commission. What inspired you to get into politics?
After my mother transitioned, my days were very full while she was still here. And the thing is, after she transitioned, I said, well, what am I supposed to be doing? My mother was always very political from, me being a kid onward. She always shared with us our responsibilities.
South Shreveport Voters League and
socialization
services,
Right. So what happened is that as a result of that, it's like, I want to give something back to the city because the city was very good to me. And one of the things I share with people, having gone to throughout the United States and overseas, of which I spent almost 10 years in Germany, and particularly in Berlin, I did 2 tours there. But the thing about it is like, how do I give back to this city? because the city was very good to me. The education process that I got here, which we were told was substandard, I found out after going to grad school myself, was not true.
Right.
We learned a lot of basic things down here in the South that
Absolutely.
I found out to be very beneficial to me once I went to grad school.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I ended up obtaining 3 master's degrees, one in human relations, one in special education, and one in educational leadership as well. So this was my way of taking everything that I had learned to include what I learned in the United States Army, you know, the budgeting, the managing of people, and just the key word that we learned in the military is integrity, giving something back to the city that was very beneficial to me.
Man, that's amazing. Man, that's what a story. As a politician now, so what has been your biggest achievement so far?
You know, I guess the first thing is I would say I'm not a politician.
Okay.
I'm an elected official.
Come on. Okay.
And
That's different.
Yes, big
That's a big
difference.
difference. Yeah,
Big
yeah,
difference.
yeah.
A politician
Yeah.
is looking for their next
Yes,
seat.
sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
an elected official, which
Yes,
means
sir.
I have 4 years, and I want to do the best job that I can within
Awesome.
these 4 years. The biggest thing I would say that I've accomplished thus far is, the key word, as I said before, integrity. When people give me a call, I always return their call. And the thing is, I've met people that I didn't even know that knew me,
Yeah.
and they said, we already know who you are.
Wow.
We've already heard about you,
Yeah.
and we do know if we ask you to do something that you're going to do everything within your power to work at it or successfully complete it as well. The one thing I could say, even though I'm working for the parish of Caddo, the thing is the interaction with the city employees as well and
Yeah.
supervisors and things of this nature has been
There's
very
definitely an overlap
good.
there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been very good because, again, my personal belief has always been, and I always go back to Matthew 25, okay? And the thing is, I always try to treat people the way that I want to be
Come on,
treated.
come on, Sunday
so
school, yeah.
the thing is, Matthew 25, if you did it for the least of them.
Yes, sir.
So my thing is, as I transition through these 4 years, I always attempt to always look out for that person who might not have a voice.
Yeah.
And I also go to them. One of the things that I plan on doing in the very near future is to also involve the nursing homes, because as you know, in the nursing homes, we have a lot of history.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I want to do in the very near future is contact every nursing home administrator to find out, is there someone within that facility that I could do what's called a proclamation and give it to them and read it to them.
Yes.
And I don't want to minimize it. I don't want it just to be a piece of paper. I want them to actually understand we appreciate what they've done over these years that they have been here on earth.
Wow.
And it's not just for the doctor, the nurses and things of this nature, but I always look and think about that young, that person who kids have been successful,
Yes,
that
sir.
person who might not have had a formal education, but did everything within their power to ensure that their family was
Yeah,
successful.
the common man.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. So you're doing some amazing things. You're achieving. You've got goals and aspirations, and you're making a difference. I know I see you all the time, and people are, they are, calling your name, and you're having to answer and to a lot of bells and answer to a lot of calls.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to someone who's looking to follow in your footsteps?
The first thing I would say is be independent. Do not owe anybody. When I ran for office, I basically funded my own campaign. There were some people that gave me some money, but I asked no one for anything because the thing is I want to owe nobody.
Yes, sir.
And the thing is, again, when I make a decision, I want to make a decision because it's the right decision. And before I make any decision, I always pray to God. Now, that don't mean I get everything right every time, but I promise you that the thing that I attempt to do is be very forthright in my decisions.
Awesome. Man, that's amazing. I was going to ask you that about your decision-making process, because you are a Sunday school teacher here at the Bright Star Baptist Church. You participate actively with the men's ministry here at Bright Star. What role does your relationship with God and your church affiliation, what does that play in your actions and your decision making on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, as I said before, the thing is I look at what God has done for me, for my entire family, my brother, my kids, my wife. And the thing is, what I attempt to do is always attempt to include God in every decision and everything that I do. Because the thing is, something as simple as going into a building. Perfect example, when I go into Government Plaza, which is where we conduct our meetings, every time I walk in there, I shake those men and women hand, and they look forward to it.
Yes,
when I
sir.
walk in the door, they start standing up.
Yes, sir.
And it's like, okay, it don't take a whole bunch
Bruh,
to just
listen,
acknowledge
yes,
a
sir.
person when you walk into
Come
the
on,
door.
come on,
And
yeah.
those are the simple things, the little things that we do. Every morning, Monday through Fridays, I pretty much walk in the community, and the walking person partner that I have, we do a simple thing as pick up trash. You know,
Yeah.
a few months ago, we picked up 4 bags of trash in a 2-block area. And 2 weeks later, it looked like we hadn't picked up a thing. So we're just talking this week that we'll probably go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things when people see you doing it yourself. And
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking for any cameras. I share with people all the time. They ask me, "Oh, you're a commissioner?" It's like, "Yes, ma'am, yes, sir." I say, "I'm the one you won't see me on camera a whole
right.
bunch
That's
because
right.
I have no need to be on camera. I just do what my constituents have asked of me and do what I think is right as well."
Yeah, and I think that a word or a phrase that best suits you and your approach is servant leadership.
Exactly.
You are a leader, definitely, but you lead by serving. And man, that's so amazing. What does a typical day in the life of Commissioner Ron Cothran look like?
First, there's no such thing as typical. Sometimes my mornings start at early at 7:30 going to breakfast that you get invited to, and end sometimes 6, 7 o'clock at night. The thing is, in any given day, I have at least 4 to 5 events that I usually attend.
Wow.
When I don't have anything to do, it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? It's like, you get so used to it. But the thing is, the number of people that I meet, the number of people that I'm able to share information concerning governmental decisions, to include even at the state level, is what I do. But the most important thing is that just being able to rub shoulders with people to find out what can benefit someone else is really beneficial. And I'll be very forthright. I don't see how anybody that have a full-time job can actually do this job.
Wow. Wow. Whew. Well, all right. Well, listen, let me ask you one last question. One last question. What's next for Ron Cothran?
Whatever God tells me to do, and I'll be very forthright. Some people, are already talking about different other positions. Some people are talking about re-elections and things of this nature, and I tell them, let me get through this first before I do anything. Because the thing is, again, I have no idea what God would have me to do. If anybody would have told me, 4 or 5 years ago that I would be an elected official here in Caddo Parish, I would have said, not me.
Yeah.
Because my intention was to come here, take care of my mother whenever she transitioned. If she transitioned before me, was to get up and go back to Dayton, Ohio from where I came.
Sure.
But the thing is, again, having been here as long as I have and looking at some of the issues that we're dealing with down here, I know God has planted me here for a reason. There was an old lady at my former church in Dayton, Ohio, Miss... what was her name? I forget her name right now.
Yeah.
But the point was, she used to always tell me, she was from South Carolina, and I heard she'd gone to glory since that time. But she used to always tell me, baby, yeah, you're going back home to take care of your mother, but God got a bigger plan than that for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I used to always tell her, leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Because it's almost like she's reading your mail.
Yes.
And when you got here, every time you do something, wow, you can hear those words. Yeah. Man, listen, the words of the song, and I think I heard it, I've been listening to it here on and off for the past 2-3 weeks or so. Only what you do for Christ will last. I see that, man. I hear that in everything that you're talking about. Grambling State University grad, Eden Garden, attended Eden Garden in integration, and had to be forced to go over to Captain Shreve, but you did it, you weathered it. And now you're continuing to do a great work. Served in the military, served in school system in Dayton, and done a great work. You've been all over the world, and you're back home doing what you do because only what you do for
Correct.
Christ is going to last.
Correct. You know, the thing is, again, is I think, and I share with people all the time, you know, in the church, quite often we sing songs, but do we really listen to what they're saying?
Right.
And one of my favorite songs is Order My Steps.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the thing is, again, as I've had time, and I share with people, even when I'm teaching Sunday school, I always tell people to look back every now and then.
Yeah.
Don't stay there, but just look back
Yeah.
from where you came,
Yeah.
but continue to go forward. And when I look back sometimes, it's like nobody but God.
Yeah.
Nobody but God
Yes,
could have
sir.
ordered me to be able to do some of the things that I've been able to achieve in my life, because it's bigger than me. And you know, going all the way back to elementary school, I often remember there was my principal, Mr. Robinson, never will forget him, and one of my mentors, 5th grade, Mr. Frank Blake. Mr. Blake used to always tell me, you could do better than this. So from the time I was in the 5th grade till his transition, I'm gonna say approximately 10 years ago maybe, in an accident, he followed me from the 5th grade, which would have made me about 11 years old, till I was in my 60s probably. And the thing is, again, he was always asking me, what was I doing for mankind to make this world better? And at my age now, that's what it's all about, a legacy. I had went on Facebook and I saw a Christian note from one of my former students, and he was talking about it. It's like, and I shared with him, I'm so proud of you that that's where you at this particular time. And he came back and he shared with me, well, Mr. Cawthorn, the reason that I am a teacher is because of you. And it's like, wow, okay. I mean, I can't think of anything more personable and more legacy noted than that in and of itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, listen, this has been a phenomenal time spending with me on my birthday, and I thank you so very much for agreeing to come and share with me. You always teach me something. I always get something from you, you know, and the thing that I love about you, I do, you don't always, you're not a yes man. You're not going to always agree with everything that I say or do, but you'll tell me about it, we'll talk about it, and you let God move.
Yeah.
You let God move in me. So I thank you so much, man. I love you for it.
Well, my departing words would be, you know, one thing I did mention, but I shared at the end, I, too, am a part of the greatest fraternity in the United States of America, and that's Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have that. You Blue Phi, and I'm Omega Psi Phi. It's all good, man. Listen, as long as we're doing what our founders, you know, saw within us to do, and our cardinal principles are all about, and we're changing the world.
Correct.
One person at a time,
Exactly.
one child at a time, one scholarship at a time. We're doing our job, man.
Thank you.
We're doing our job. Thank you so very much, man.
Sir.
I appreciate you. Happy birthday to me, y'all.
Yeah.
This is Gospel in the Red Room. I've had Commissioner Ronald Cawthorn here with me. Thank y'all so much. Hi, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis with Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. This show is made possible by very generous donors like yourselves. These are the ways to give to support this show.
With a word or song, I can show somebody.
You may build great cathedrals, large or small. You may build skyscrapers, grand and tall. You may conquer all the failures of your past, but only what you do for Christ will last. what you build or what you may conquer, but only what you do for Christ will last. Hello, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis, and this is Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. I am your co-host, and we're at one of my favorite times of the year. This is my birthday, and we're doing Gospel in the Red Room, my birthday edition. I get to choose all of the guests. I get to select the questions. I get to, I have fun on my birthday. And tonight I have one of my favorite people in the whole world here with us, the lovely and amazing and talented Mrs. Latoria Wright Grant. How are you, ma'am?
I am good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And of course, we're celebrating my birthday, and I know y'all are gonna, we're gonna shout this thing out. And so I appreciate you. So you are the principal of Broadmoor STEM Academy, BSA, which is one of our leading elementary middle schools here in Caddo Parish. And you've been there now for how long?
This is my third year at Broadmoor.
Okay.
And I can say within those 3 years, we have a lot to celebrate.
Awesome.
My first year there, we focused on climate and culture. Okay. Years 2 and 3, we focused on instruction. And I can proudly say Broadmoor is no longer an ILF school.
Awesome.
So we have definitely got in there, done the work, and turned the school around.
Amazing, amazing. So where you're here in Shreveport, but where are you from originally?
I am from Monroe, Louisiana.
The road.
So, yes,
Yeah.
I've been here since 2003.
Okay.
When I decided to go to LSUS and majored in biology.
Sounds good. Majored in biology.
I
Okay,
did.
so what inspired you to pursue education? Because you've been a teacher, you've been an instructional coach, you've been an assistant principal, and now you are you sit in the big chair. So what inspired you to get into education?
Well, when I graduated from LSUS, I originally went into the insurance field. But that was not what I wanted to do. It stifled my creativity.
Okay.
So therefore, I said I wanted to actually use my degree. And I wanted to be more creative, and I wanted to reach more youth. Wow. So I come from a family of educators. So I said, I'm going to give education a try. And so in 2010, I got my first job as a teacher at Green Oaks.
Awesome.
And been going up the ladder ever since. And I have people ask me, did you always want to be a principal? I can't say yes to that, okay. But I can say that it kind of fell up on me, if that makes sense. Yeah. We don't really know what plans God has for our life. And when He puts something on you, you can't shake it off.
Come on, yeah.
Education is a ministry.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud when I see students working at Walgreens and working at school. Yes. Two of my students are now teachers at Broadmoor. Wow. And when I tell you they are amazing, and I've been able to watch them grow these past 3 years, it is such a fulfilling feeling.
That is amazing. Mm-hmm. Wow. You light up when you begin to talk about this. So this is definitely a passion, and it's definitely a calling, and it's your ministry. It's amazing. As with any calling and as with any ministry, there are some challenges. What challenges have you had to face in this career, and how did you overcome them?
In the principal seat, one of the biggest challenges is that when you make a decision that people don't like, and they take it to social media.
Oh, wow.
And as the face of the school, you don't want to do anything to compromise or hurt the growth and the change that has been placed on Broadmoor. So you kind of just have to, you take it, you reflect on it, and you say, okay, is it something that my team could have done differently? Right. If it's about a teacher, okay, let's see how we can fix this. Let's see how we can. But social media has its good sides and its bad sides. Right. But that's definitely tough. Or when people take to social media and it's not even the right story. Yeah. People like to take negativity and just run with it. Yeah. Yeah. And so we have to try to find ways to spin it.
Yes.
So that's definitely tough.
Dr. Grady Smith taught us when we were there, because we were at Woodlawn together.
Yes, we were.
So you have to change the narrative.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you have to change
And that's
the
what we've
narrative.
been doing.
Amazing. That is wonderful. So still on the subject of education. Education is sometimes hard and difficult, and being the lead educator and the lead learner on your campus is even harder. How do you stay motivated and productive and still have that fire that I see you with all the time?
In my administrator meetings, as well as in faculty meetings, one of the first things I say is self-care. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So we have 710 students. I have over 100 man staff.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people pulling on you. So I have to make sure that personally I delegate well. I have to make sure that my teachers know who their direct administrator is. If that person can't handle it, then it escalates and come to me, because you want to have somebody, you want to have a buffer in between before it makes its way to you.
Absolutely.
Because there's no humanly way possible to be
deal with everything.
accessible
Yes, yes.
to 800 people and deal with, along with parents. So along with your 17, you also have your parents too.
Absolutely.
So we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. That is first and foremost. And next Friday, Broadmoor will celebrate our 6-point growth in SPS.
Amazing.
So when I think about that, when I think about the hard work, when I think about those 3 o'clock in the morning ideas that pop in my head, I take it to my teachers and they just run with it and they go, because they have bought the goal and the vision. When I think about that, that will always keep me going and keep me moving.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Y'all, this is Gospel in the Red Room, and we're talking with the amazing and the very talented and the super intelligent Mrs. Latoria Wright Grant. Now, I see you blinging over there. I see the blinging. Okay, you recently got married in a storybook wedding
yes.
in Puerto Rico.
Yes, it was
You also have
beautiful.
2 amazing children and bonus children who are all very active and engaged in sports and all types of things. How do you and the Hubs, how do you balance personal and professional life?
Well, I try to keep work at work as much as possible. On the weekends, of course, I have my moments when I'm gonna have to do some work, but on the weekdays, I try to keep work at work as much as possible. So I try to balance it out to bring work home maybe only once or twice a week, so that I can have time for my families, because my son plays football, my daughter, she's a cheerleader. When our bonus baby comes to town, we want to make sure that she has plenty to do.
Yeah.
So that's my golden rule. I'm not taking work home more than twice a week.
There you go.
Because I have to. You have to have a life. You
Yes.
don't want your job to become you. You don't want your career to become you. So in order to do that, you have to have self-care, and you have to create those boundaries. Boundaries are so important.
Yes, wow. Now you were celebrated here maybe a year or so ago as one of the 40 under 40.
Oh, yes, I was.
I remember that. See there? I remember that. What advice would you give to your 21 or 22-year-old self?
I would probably say, in the words of my godmother, keep living. At that age, when you fresh out of college, you think you know so much, but at that time, you don't even really know who you are yet. I would tell myself, slow down, because you have time.
Yeah.
I'm a person who, I like to hit the ground running, but you don't want to hit the ground running so fast that you are not enjoying the present.
Yeah.
Because then you might look back and be, like, man, where did the time go?
Yeah.
But I would tell myself, you have time, slow down. I would tell myself, don't take anything for granted. Don't take anybody for granted.
Wow.
Enjoy your family,
Wow.
because all you're going to have left one day is
That's
memories.
right. That's right. Wow. That's amazing. Boy, this is almost a sliding moment for me. I ain't sliding
Don't slide in
I ain't
here. Don't
sliding
slide
in
in here.
Okay, let me give us something good. Woo.
Don't
All right,
slide.
now I know you're a child of God. I know you're a Christian because you are a member of what church? What church you go?
Bright Star.
Come on
Right here.
All right, you're one of my bright stars. What role does your relationship with God play in your decision making and actions that you take on a daily basis?
So I know you may see me in the audience, and you may think I'm not listening during your sermons, but I'll go and scroll back in my phone. You'll tell us, take out your notes,
Yeah.
write this down.
Yes.
I'll go and scroll to a sermon that you preached. It was in April, either 21 or 22. And the title was Stop Stressing.
Wow.
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And I will just, before I make a decision, because I always pray that I'm making
Yes.
the best decision for boys and girls at Broadmoor and for the staff at Broadmoor.
Yes.
I always pray on a daily basis when I start my morning, and I thank the Lord for waking me up, cover my family, and allow me to make the best decisions for my boys and girls and my staff. So during the day, when there's a difficult moment, I have to have that moment to close the door. I'll go back to one of those old sermons, reflect, have my moment. All right, let's go.
Come on here. Come on here.
I bet you're shocked to hear that, because I've never told you that.
Listen, you've never told me. Right,
I've never told you that.
I'm excited, and I have to go back and look at some of my stuff too. So, and different sermons that I've heard along the way, because those things that's
Keep you
food
grounded.
to keep you grounded. It feeds you along the way. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So
is.
I'm grateful for that. Listen, thank you so very much
You're
for spending my
welcome.
birthday with me, and for taking this time out. Tell husband I said hello, and
sure
tell
will.
nephew and nieces I said hello, and I thank you so much. All right.
You're welcome,
My
and happy
soul.
birthday.
Thank you so much. All right. God bless you. Listen, I'm Patrick Dennis, pastor of Bright Star Baptist Church in Shreveport. This is Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. Hi, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis with Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. This show is made possible by very generous donors like yourselves. These are the ways to give to support this show.
With a word or song, I can show somebody.
Hello, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis, and you're watching Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. Again, it's my birthday, y'all. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And on this birthday edition, I get to pick the guests. I get to write the script. And he just lets me, I'm like a kid in a toy store. I get to play with all the toys.
Yeah.
And one of my very favorite people, one of my best friends in the world. We've been knowing each other for a long time. We can sit here and laugh and talk about some of everything and then some of nothing all at the same time. And he's also the new president. He's a husband, he's a father, he's a pastor, he's a grandfather, and he's the new president of the Baptist Ministers Fellowship Conference of Greater Shreveport and vicinity. Here in the studio with us tonight, my friend and brother, Pastor Jeffrey Marshall. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing great, Pastor.
That's
doing
good,
great,
man. Good, man. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
You're looking well.
You
man.
also, you're looking great, brother.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir.
man. I'm
Yes,
trying.
sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
just
Yes,
trying
sir.
to keep up.
Yes, sir.
Listen, it's my birthday, baby.
Man, happy birthday to you, man.
Thank
Happy
you, man.
birthday to you.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah.
You've been here a long time with
Yeah.
my birthdays and all. So let's talk for a moment.
All right.
You are, as I said earlier, you're a husband.
Yes.
To one of my favorite people in the world, my dear sister and soror,
that's right.
Sharon. How long you guys been married, man?
We've been married 31 years, and we've been together 38 total.
Goodness gracious! Wow.
Yeah. I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I met her.
Where'd y'all meet?
We
man?
met at NLU. In Monroe, Northeast now.
Now for you young folks.
Get them straight. Get them straight.
They call it ULM.
Yeah, it was NLU then.
It was Northeast Louisiana University. Yes,
yeah.
sir. Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe.
Come on here.
Yeah, Funroe. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right, man. And so during that time, man, and so y'all met and
and we got two boys.
Yeah.
Justin, who's 36.
Yeah.
And Christian, who's 28.
Come on here.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And my grandson.
Yes, sir.
Got a grandson.
Look
Jackson.
here. That Jackson keep you on the road, man.
That's
Jackson keep you moving.
Keeps me moving.
Yes,
keeps
sir.
Me moving. Keeps me moving.
That's all right. Now, what does he call you?
Pops.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Pops. It's
Okay.
Pops. It's Pops.
Man, listen.
And my wife is Lolly.
Lolly. Okay.
So Lollipop. Yeah. So.
Man, listen, Doc. Listen, we again, man. We've had so many good times,
So
man.
many,
I remember, Doc, when we were young preachers, man.
Yeah,
before we were even, I was pastoring my first church,
Right.
young preacher,
Right.
because we formed a ministry that ministered to the young preachers. Because as a young preacher, man, you want to be heard.
That's right.
You want to be
That's right.
listened to. You want to be respected. You want to
That's
have a
right.
platform.
That's right.
And you remember what that was? YMA. Young Ministers Association.
YMA. Yeah. You know, back then we didn't have no social media.
Doc, we had we had to get it. Doc. We made them flyers and got out there into citywide.
We got out there.
What they do to us, Doc?
They shut us down.
All it took was one meeting, Doc.
They shut us down, man.
Dr. President did, Dr.
Right.
Samuel Orange. What did he say, Doc?
He said we have some disgruntled preachers, and that was far from. We wasn't disgruntled at all.
We just wanted to be heard. Doc, we had prepared everything, man. Boy, I remember that, man.
Everything.
Let's move on. You're also a pastor. You're pastor of New Zion Baptist Church in Frierson,
Louisiana.
This is your second.
This is my 6th year.
Your sixth year.
Time flies.
Time moves, man. Goodness gracious. Tell me a little bit about the good people down there in Frierson.
Man, listen, some of the greatest people you ever want to meet.
Yeah.
It's a rural, rural church and pastoral family. When you're in the rural, it's
all of them kin.
Everybody kin. So that's what we're doing, man, down there in Frierson.
Man, listen, fabulous people. I remember coming
people.
down there.
Yeah, you just preached.
Just in Father's Day, and
we had a great time.
Amazing time, man. I saw the love that you have for them and that they have for you, and some of the best cooks.
Oh man, listen, that's
Lord, listen.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, man, listen, bro, you You're also you were a part of the world-renowned Bright Star Male Corps.
That's where it all started for me.
That's how it all started from you.
Yeah, it started at the Greater Zion Mission Baptist Church under J.L. Wiggins.
Yeah.
And then we were at that time. That was back in the early '80s. Me and my childhood friend Lorica Reynolds, would call him Squirt. He's passed on. And we had heard about this group at the Bright Star Baptist Church.
Yes, sir.
We walked from Greater Zion Mission all the way up to 78.
Wow.
One night.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Man.
And I've been in the group almost 30 years.
Wow. One of the 40 years. More than 40 years. Almost 40 years. I think it'll be 45.
It'll be 50.
50 in 28.
28 be 50
so
years.
We just celebrated 45 years last year.
45 years.
Man, you was one of the lead singers, one of the featured vocalists. You've sang with the likes of the late Reverend James Moore.
Bishop Cornell Morrell, who just passed, V. Michael McKay, James Moore, Milton Bigham, Paul Jones, I Won't Complain.
Yes.
We traveled all over the country.
Wow.
Yolanda Adams.
Yes.
One of our greatest hits.
Absolutely.
And the one and only,
yes,
Dr. Charles Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
With Let Jesus Fix It.
Yes, sir.
That song took us all over the country.
All over the country, man. And wow. And yet we never forgot about home.
Never forgot about home. It's always been Bright Star.
It's always been Bright Star. It's always been here, man.
Always been Bright Star.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been Bright Star.
Okay, so going back to the Baptist Ministers Fellowship, man, we remember being a part of the fellowship, those fun times.
Yeah, man.
Dr. Edward Jones, the late Dr. Jones, man.
Dr.
Where's that
Blake.
tape? Yeah, Dr. Harry Blake. And, Dr. W.C. West. All those.
Man. Herman Farr. Pastor Hardy.
Yeah, gone up.
W.C. West.
W.C. West. They're gone on to be.
So we had an opportunity to be
like the C.L. Pennywell.
C.L. Pennywell.
Wow. Aaron Franklin.
John Henry James.
Yes, sir, man. Goodness gracious.
Dennis Jones.
Yes, sir.
Joe
man,
So we've cut our teeth.
Pioneers, man.
So we've cut our teeth.
We didn't get anything easy, Doc.
Easy at all.
It didn't get it easy. They made us work for it. But it's made us appreciate the ministry that we have.
That's right.
And now I have the privilege of serving under you as the new president. Newly elected president of the Baptist Ministers Fellowship, the Dr. E. Edward Jones. Is named after Dr. E. Edward Jones, Baptist Ministers Fellowship Conference of Greater Shreveport and vicinity. Tell me about that honor, man.
Man, listen, it's an honor to be selected as president. First of all, let me give a shout out to our past president, Pastor Alejandro Smith of the Light Hill Baptist Church, who did a wonderful job. My job is to keep the train on the track. You understand?
Awesome.
And to build off what Pastor Smith brought to the Baptist Ministers Fellowship.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And to get the brothers, back involved. We've taken in now, Pastor Dennis, 6 new pastors.
Wow. Just since you started?
Since I started,
since you took over?
September 29th.
Yeah.
Since we did the installation,
man,
we've taken in six new pastors.
Wow, Doc, that's amazing, man. So what goals do you have, coming up? What goals do you have for the brethren and for the fellowship?
My goal, Pastor Dennis, is to get back out in the community. Like we used to do, get back out in the community, and to make sure that the city of Shreveport and vicinity understand that we just don't meet on Tuesdays, but we also get out in the community. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we adopted the Atkins Elementary School, so we'll be over there in the morning with their career day.
Man, that is amazing.
So we're getting back out in the community and making sure that everybody knows that we just don't meet on Tuesdays.
Yes, sir.
But we're back out in the community, and that's one of the things I always wanted to do. Pastor Smith did it, so I'm just adding on to it.
Yes, sir. Because I'd rather, and that's so important to the community because as the famous poem said, I would rather see a sermon than hear one any day.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit. Well, there's one major project that the Baptist Ministers Fellowship has been doing now for more than
57 years.
57 years. And what is this? What is it called?
This is the C.E. Galloway Citywide Revival.
Named after Pop Galloway, who was one of the pioneers. Yeah,
that's right. And so we're getting ready now to celebrate the 57th citywide revival in January.
In January of 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
It always come out. The dates are the 28th, I think, the 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Yes.
I think those are the dates.
Yeah.
But it's right there, right after the fourth Sunday in January. You know,
Awesome.
church folk like
Yes,
to hear
yeah.
after the
Yes, sir.
third,
Yeah,
fourth Sunday.
absolutely. Right, right.
So it's after the
They
fourth.
equate that. They equate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
after the fourth Sunday in January.
That Tuesday,
Wednesday, and Thursday.
And I think that's the 28th, 29th, and 30th.
That's it. And this year,
Who are the evangelists? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. We got Pastor Terry Mackey.
Okay.
The Pleasant. I think it's the Pleasant Pilgrim Rest.
Pilgrim Rest
Baptist Church out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
He'll be doing the day.
Yeah.
Preaching,
preacher, yeah.
noonday preach at 11:30 at the Mount Canaan Baptist Church.
Okay.
And
Historic,
then,
yeah.
historic Mount Canaan Baptist Church. Pastor Greg Oliver is the pastor. And then at night we'll be at the Galilee, Pastor Collier, Galilee Baptist
Yeah.
Church with Pastor Marcus Cosby and the Wheeler
wow.
Baptist Church
Wheeler
out of Houston,
Avenue
Texas.
Baptist
Yes, sir.
Woo,
yes, sir.
goodness
Yes, sir.
gracious.
Doc. He came last year, man,
Yeah,
and just wrecked that place, man. So
Goodness
he's looking
gracious.
forward. Both
Yes, sir.
and Terry Mack is excited
Man, that's
about coming
amazing.
to us, and so we're looking for a grand time.
Well, Doc, we're not gonna have any shortage of preachers.
No,
There's
sir.
gonna be preachers, yeah.
And if you don't mind, Pastor,
Yeah.
also we've added back.
Come on. What we doing, Doc?
Oh man, listen, we've added back the youth rally.
Man, come on. You mean the youth rally that we
youth-
grew up
that
with?
we grew up
when Miss
in.
Hattie Wade
Yeah,
was
yeah,
over and
yeah.
yeah.
The youth rally will be back 2025.
Come on, man. Come on.
And I want to let the people know that I thank God for you.
Oh, man.
Because
Bless you,
you
bro.
are our chairman.
Bless you, bro. Bless you, man.
You are chairman for our youth rally. So we're looking forward for a grand time with our young people
Yes, sir.
on that
Yes, sir.
Saturday.
Yes, sir. Saturday before.
Before
Yeah.
we
Yes,
start the citywide, and we'll be right,
Yeah.
with you, and you when we getting ready to get started with that. So,
Oh, man, I'm
so
excited.
we're inviting
and
all the youth.
I'm honored.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes, sir.
We're going
and
to.
I thank you, man. I thank you for taking on that.
Well, man, listen. I just believe. I believe in the ministries that we have and
right.
that we've come under,
right.
and I believe that it's bigger than us.
Right, right.
You go back to the local church.
That's right, that's
It's a grassroots effort.
that's right.
I need the pastors.
That's right.
We need the youth directors. We need the parents, grandparents.
That's right.
Get your children out.
children
Bring
out.
them out.
Yeah.
Because if they're in church,
That's right.
they're participating, they're involved in church, chances are, the chances are, not saying that they won't, but the chances are much greater that they'll stay connected to something positive
That's right.
than to be doing something
That's
negative.
right.
So
And that's
yeah.
right. That's right. And also, we brought back, Pastor Dennis, we brought back our nursing home ministry.
Oh, amazing.
We brought back our prison ministry.
Yeah.
And our street ministry.
Man, that's-
And evangelism.
Yes, sir.
So we got all those components working, leading up to our citywide revival. And some of those things will be going on actually doing our citywide,
Yes,
simultaneous,
absolutely.
doing our citywide revival.
Man, that is amazing,
Yeah.
man. I love the vision, man. I love the energy.
Yeah.
I love where you're going with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Any parting words that you want to share with the people, man, about just putting God first, or about trusting?
Yeah, when we did the installation, I preached a sermon entitled "Doing Things God's Way."
Yeah.
And that's the thing I want to bring out when it comes to our fellowship, doing things God. Even though we got different pastors,
Yeah.
you know how that is.
Sure,
Each pastor's
sure.
their own king.
Sure, right.
So my
And you
job,
can't pass the
and you
pastors.
can't pass
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pastors.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
But we're trying to bring the element in, trying to do it God's way,
Yeah.
because everybody have different points in their churches.
Sure.
But when we come together
Yeah.
as a body,
Yeah.
we want to make sure that things are done the way God would have it to be, and that the brothers understand that we're all in this thing together.
Wow.
And my job is to reach out and make sure that we get every brother in, young, old, middle, it don't matter.
Man, that's amazing. Pastor Jeff Marshall,
Yes, sir.
pastor of the New Zion Baptist
Yeah,
Church in Frierson,
Yeah.
and the president, newly elected president of the Dr. E. Edward Jones Baptist Ministers Fellowship Conference of Greater Shreveport and vicinity. Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you,
brother.
Pastor
I
Dennis.
appreciate you for
I
sharing my
appreciate
birthday
you, man.
with
Yes,
me,
sir, man. Happy
Yes,
birthday
sir.
to you.
Yes,
Can I
sir.
say one more thing before
Yes,
we go?
sir. Yes, sir.
This Tuesday, we'll be celebrating our annual Thanksgiving service.
Okay, wonderful.
At the New Star Baptist Church
New
on
Star
Southern
Baptist Church, yes.
Avenue. And Pastor A.G. Suggs Sr. will be the preacher.
The legendary.
The legendary, 11 o'clock.
Listen, man,
Yes,
you're
sir.
going back,
Yes,
boy.
sir, we're going back. We had to go
you-
back.
Yeah, man.
Because
I
he was,
love it.
he was one of the founders, one
Yes,
of the
sir.
brothers.
Yes, sir. He's one of the ones we used to look
used to
forward to
look forward to
hearing,
hearing.
man.
Yeah. So-
That's amazing, man. Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you, Pastor.
Doc.
You're doing a great job too, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis. your co-host of Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. Thank you. It's my birthday.
If the wind never quit blowing, and if them gray clouds always cover the sky.
Hello, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis, and you're watching Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. It's my birthday edition, y'all. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And so on my birthday edition, I get to choose all of the guests. I get to write the script. I choose the topics and the music and all the rest of that. And in this next guest, this is my dude, one of my favorite people in the whole world, who's here with me on my birthday. The incomparable, the amazing Brother Christopher Washington, also known as Bubba. That's my dude. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it so much, man. Listen, we just do what we do, man. We love life, we enjoy life, and we make it happen, man. Man, I'm looking at you, man. You look like you just stepped out of a Gucci magazine, man. You just, man, you're always,
thank you, man.
Listen, you're always fashion conscious, man. You rocking it from head to toe, man. What inspires your style, man?
Man, be honest. The youth inspire my style.
Okay.
I'm 41, but I try not to look my age. So the youth
Try
keep
not to
me.
look 41.
So my kids inspire my style. I watch them a lot more than they know. So the shoestrings, everything, all of that.
And they make sure they keep you straight.
They make sure they keep me straight.
Wow. Well, listen, man, you are one of my favorite musicians, man, and one of my favorite. Just all around good dude, man. You always, even when you're not feeling your best or happy, you always just, hey man, what's going on? Hey, what we doing? Okay, let's roll it. But you know, you serve the ministry here at Bright Star Well, and so man, I'm grateful for you. I thank God for you. Let's talk a little bit about how long you've been playing, man.
Been playing since I was 18, really. Wow. Started on drums when I was younger. My dad bought my first drum set when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So I started out on drums. Started playing drums. Didn't want to get into piano. My brother kind of like forced me into it. He was like, man.
So your big brother's
big brother, Andre Washington, pushed me to playing piano. And started from there. Started when 17, Micah Stampley, Andre, my cousin Scotty Watson.
Wow.
So they're big influences in my life, man.
Now Washington, now you're a part of the Washington family.
The Washington family.
From New Beginnings Faith Tabernacle. All of them Washington.
All of them Washington. From New Beginning, from Bright Morning Star to New Beginning. To New Beginning,
Man, look at here.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, how many instruments do you play now?
Play two. Just drums and keyboard.
Drums and boards. And organ.
Organ.
Gotcha.
Play two.
So no bass, no anything.
No bass unless it's on the keys.
But man, listen, the way that you navigate through it, man, your touch on it, you can bring some sounds out of that thing, man, like real talk. Like some of the things that you played for me and some of the stuff, the things you're producer, you do all the rest of that. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a minute. But so you can, I feel like if you could, man, I mean, if you had one, you could probably play the guitar and the bass and all the rest of that, horn, all of that, man. You cold, man.
Man.
Now you were in the band.
Fair Park all day long.
DPO,
yes, DPO.
Under Cleveland White.
Under Cleveland White.
We just celebrated him not too long ago, man, a band reunion. But how did all of that influence?
Oh my God, man, it's big influence. Mr. White, before Mr. White, it was Midway. It was Mr. Jackson.
Wow.
Mr. Jackson from from Midway Middle School. Then made it to Fair Park. But the history of that of Fair Park was watching my brothers, my sister, so my whole family was under Cleveland White. So just to get there, it was an honor to wear the badge, to wear the uniform, bleed the black and glow like everybody else did. So that was an honor. Mr. White showed us discipline, how to really have the passion for the music.
Yes, sir.
So that's where.
And if you're gonna do it right.
Do it
You're gonna do it right. Yeah. But margin 8-5 out there in the valley. Duck walk when you don't get it right.
Oh man.
Boy, look at here. What'd you play in the band?
I played trumpet.
Okay.
And then from trumpet, mellophone.
Okay. That's what's up, man. It was another band here.
Yeah, another band. And the same school.
Yes, sir. PH. Yeah. All right. So, man, being a musician and you're not just any music. You ain't just a church music, bro. You play it all. What are some of the different genres that you play? Because I know you play R&B. I know you play some jazz. I know you play gospel. What else do you play, man?
I play country.
Okay.
Hip hop.
Okay.
Rock. I played it all.
Yeah.
Blues.
Yeah.
Play for a couple of blues artists right to this day. You know.
Dope.
So,
Okay. Who's out of all the people that you worked for and you've worked with, who is the most famous artist? Well, give me some of the artists that you've played for and worked with, and give me the most famous.
Keke Wyatt, Teddy Riley.
Wow.
Yeah, Teddy Riley was big for me.
Yeah.
That was really big for me.
Yeah, you played at his birthday.
Yeah, birthday, yeah.
Over in Dallas. I remember that.
Yeah, that was really big for me.
It's huge, yo.
Yeah, Keke Wyatt, Teddy Riley, Carl Sims, Jeter Jones.
Yeah.
So I played for a lot of big artists, but even on the gospel side, you have James Fortune, Zacardi, Cortez. So I play for a lot of people like that, and Leandra Johnson.
Yeah.
Biggest artist for me was Teddy Riley. Though, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Because he's
listening to his music.
And
coming up under that and being able to sit under that and learn his knowledge, and playing the songs the correct way.
Yeah,
you know.
That's right. Right.
So
how important is that, bro? Playing the song the right way, man. Because some folk they'll butcher up a song. They'll mess them things up now. They will mess it up.
Yeah,
we'd heard some stuff at church, but come on now.
Right.
So how important is it playing it the right way, man?
Playing it the right way. It gives you the sense of really kind of like pride of honoring the music, honoring the person that brought the music, that taught the music, inspired the music. So to hear him be like, that's right, that's correct, or even artists that you play for and be like, you actually had time to listen to my music and play it the right way.
Wow.
So that means a lot.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. You've played it all, man, from gospel to rock to blues and all of that. What's the new soul?
Southern soul.
Southern soul. Yeah. So I know you're rocking with that now. What brings you back to gospel music, man? Because I know you could literally be all over the country. You could be anywhere, man, playing with this one and doing that. What brings you back to the church?
Bring me back home. Church is home. Church is our foundation. Without that foundation, I wouldn't be really playing. Wow. Learning those songs, coming up from giving God back. We had family members, so I always say, you give back to God what He gave to you.
Yeah.
And that giving that back to God. Every time I step foot in this church, every time, it's giving back to God. No matter how I'm feeling, listening to you, flowing with you. Wow. That is the main thing of why I'm here and why I give back to God.
Wow.
Without Him, I wouldn't be playing.
Wow. Man, that means the world, and that's really touching.
Yeah.
Because man, since you've been here, it's almost 3 years, a little more than 3 years, and I mean, we just fell in. We just flowed, man, from the first day. And we make it happen. Hey, bub, what you got? What you think about this? Hey, man, let's roll. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what you think about? Hey, I'm thinking about doing. Hey, man, I'm following you.
Right.
You go with me. You roll. Even when you have to be, and sometimes you know your work calls you to be away, but you don't. You never leave me, hanging, man. You always leave me with either track or you leave me somebody in place, man. And that means the world.
That means everything.
That's your integrity, man. That's your word. You told me, Pastor, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
It means everything, Pastor, to be trusted.
Dog, yeah.
That you trust me like that.
Yeah.
And that means everything to me.
Yeah.
To be able to have the understanding of the pastor, and he understands.
Yeah.
And he's a musician as well.
Wow. Yeah.
And he have the heart of a musician, and he understands.
Yeah.
And that means a lot for you to say, okay, because most pastors be like, nah, you home first. But you be like, take care of that, as long as I take care of home and just have everything covered. Yeah, that means a lot to me.
Oh, absolutely, man. I believe in letting you be, letting you spread your wings, man.
Yeah.
And if you have to do something, man, do it, man. And I'm, when I'm in the house, man, and because I come in here, man, and I'm there, and I'm, let's get it.
You definitely say you be hollering like a fan.
Yes, sir,
and that's
man, 'cause
rare.
I am, bro. I am. I love music.
Yeah.
And I love the gift that God has placed in you and the band and my people, man, and Soul Grooves and all that you do, man. I love it, bro. I'm right there. Shout out to Soul Grooves.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shayla and my people.
Yes.
I'm looking to hear y'all next set, man.
Yeah.
But so listen, all right. Who are your musical influences, man? What influences your musical style, bro?
Grew up Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell. But my favorite, who touched me the most, was Marvin Winans.
Yeah.
And the guy that played the piano for him.
Yeah.
And I used to listen to that Perfected Church.
Yes, sir. Bruh, listen.
And one Sunday you caught it, and I didn't think you caught it. And you was like,
man, listen, let me tell you. I went to school after I got out of the Navy. I was in Virginia. I stayed there in Virginia. Ended up going to in '93, spring of '93, Virginia State University.
Yeah.
My best friend and college roommate at Virginia State in Petersburg was Randy Ellis. Me and Randy, listen, he was a musician. We were in the band together, all the rest of that. And he plays boards. Me, him, and Mark Johnson from Surrey County. All right. Also another musician, Bad and Cole. We had a group. The three of us. I'm on drums.
Okay, little trio.
Randy on trio. Randy on saxophone and boards, and Mark on organ and boards. We had a group called Now Are We. Based on because Marvin Winans, that was our lick, yo.
With Caleb Parker.
Yes, sir. Caleb Parker can't get no knocker. Listen to me. Bruh, we rocked it, man. We would go places. We played for Virginia State University. I think it was the spring talent show, and we were the band, bruh, and we were killing it, man. We were killing it. So yeah, man, when you say that Perfecting Church, that's one of my favorites, yo. When you played it, that's something I'm like, yo.
But we always did,
right? We always had those moments.
What you know about this? How you know? We catch each other all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dope. That's dope, man. And I love the vibe, man. Listen. Okay, so listen. So who are you listening to right now? If I was to come, hey Bubba, let's take a ride, man. Who you listening to? Who you gonna play? Who playing in the car right now?
Really, I'm a big fan of Nigerian music. Nobody really know this. This is a major confession. I love Nigerian music.
Yo.
I love African music. Even though I don't know too many of the words, but their music is so melodic.
Yeah.
What they come up with, the lines that they come up with. I love Burna Boy, Wizkid, stuff like that. So if you come to the car now, that's exactly what's
That's
gonna
what.
play.
That's what. Dope. Dope. Wow. Okay. Top 5 gospel artists.
Top 5 gospel artists would definitely be Kim Burrell, Karen Clark, Ricka Dillard, especially Ricka Dillard, Kirk Franklin, and Marvin Winans for sure.
Dope. Wow. Not particularly in that order.
Not
but
in that
those we got.
particular.
I really the Kim Burrell. I'll eat on.
So all of that come from Andre riding in my car, riding in the car with my brother, riding in the car with my brother, listening to him harmonize that stuff. Him and Michael Stampley. And I'd be like, man, how y'all hear that?
And Michael's related to you?
Yes, Michael Stampley. My brother is married to Kata Stampley, which is Mike's sister. So just growing up under that, they kept me up all night. They kept me up all night, learning.
Big shoes.
Big shoes, man. Big shoes. So
Dope, man. Dope. So listen, maybe a little bit later on, man, I can hear you play something.
Yeah,
and we can,
of course.
Okay, dope, man. Listen, I appreciate you, man. I love you. Thank you for sharing my birthday with me, man. And it means the world, bro.
Yes, man.
Gospel in the Red Room. Listen, we get the gospel, we get current events, we get fashion, we get a little bit of everything, man. Right here, Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. I'm your co-host, Pastor Patrick Dennis. Hi, I'm Pastor Patrick Dennis with Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. This show is made possible by very generous donors like yourselves. These are the ways to give to support this show.
With a word or song, I can show somebody.
Hello, good evening. This is Pastor Patrick Dennis, and this is Gospel in the Red Room with Brother Daryl Gates. I'm still celebrating my birthday, y'all, and this is a part of our segment where I really wanted to meet with this guest face to face. Because I always get so much wisdom from him. I always have such a good time when we're talking. But unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But thank God for technology. And technology has allowed us to still do our interview. So I want to welcome to Gospel in the Red Room for the very first time, my prophyte, my fraternity brother of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Spring 05 of Rho Omega chapter, and the new superintendent of schools of Bienville Parish, Dr. Byron Lyons, my friend, my brother. How you doing, good brother?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Let me first say, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, man.
I hate that we weren't able to, but we'll see each other before the weekend is out.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, man, listen, I want to, again, I want to thank you for agreeing to sharing and celebrating with me on this show, man. This for my birthday show, I get to write the script. I get to choose all of my guests. I get to dictate it's my party. Okay. And I can do it how I want to. So you are one of my favorite people in the world, dog. And I've shared that with you, of course, privately, but also here publicly. On a national and international stage. I want to thank you for all of the lessons that you've taught me along the way, all of the personal conversations, all of the uplift that you've shared, all of the scholarship, all of the wise, just everything that you've shared to me. So I just want to say thank you, man. I really appreciate you for all that you've done. Tell me a little bit about, tell the folks rather, a little bit about where you from, man? Where you from? Give me a little bit about your background and how'd you end up back here?
Okay. Well, I grew up in Ruston, so I went to school in Ruston. Graduated Grambling High School, valedictorian. Left there, went to play football at Texas Southern University.
TSU.
TSU, and so it was always was my dream to play football. I was one of the kids growing up. I always wanted to buy my mama a house. I always wanted to buy my mama a house, take care of my family. So, looked like I was on the road to doing that. And then I developed a bone tumor. And so long story short, I always give my testimony. I love to give it.
Come on.
coded on the table, brought me back to Shreveport, coded on the table, recovering from the surgery. And so, of course, you know, in the NFL, your body is your money.
Right.
So they took their hands off of me, you know, and for a while, you know, I was a little angry with God.
Sure.
You know, because I was like, you know, I thought I was doing all I was supposed to do. But you know, that was my dream. That wasn't what God had in store for me. And so got back home, actually started going back to church, the old family church, man. Got baptized at, you know, at that age, and, you know, God revealed his plan for my life, which was education. Old coach came, and I was in the yard, in my grandmother's yard, recovering, and he said, won't you come on up and help me coach in Farmerville? And so I went and helped him do spring training. And I told him, I said, Coach, you got some studs out here. I said, so, and then he said, well, if I can get you on in education, he said, would you come up there and help me? You know, he said, I got some good guys up here. They can, you know, put a sprinkler system in the field, you know, in less than a day. He said, but I don't know no X's and O's. So I said, and so he got me on in Farmerville, man. And I prayed to God, because I told God, so, you know, I don't have any patience with kids. You know, I said, so you got to, you know, and then a good friend of mine, Tagatra Thomas at the time, he said, now be careful what you pray for.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you pray for it, then God gonna send you through some things to get it.
Come on.
And so he sure did. And so starting in Farmerville, man, we won district that year. You know, we successful. You know, as an alternative education, I need to go to school. So I went on to Grambling, and then I wound up actually coaching and teaching back where I went to school at. So, but I was at the middle school and the high school. Okay. And from there, man, you know, God has allowed me to move around to Michigan, Ohio, came back Florida. Then I came back this past year to Lafayette. And God showed up and showed out. He told me, you know, he said, go back down. He said, and then we'll start from there. So I left Florida after I got my doctorate, my PhD. I became assistant principal at Northside in Lafayette in March of 23. Then God allowed me to be promoted in August of 23 to principal of Paul Bro. I was there, principal Paul Bro, and then the opportunity to interview for this position at Bienville Parish came up in December, and you know, they voted me and they selected me as the superintendent. So God made three different promotions in 1 year. So, you know, when God shows up, he shows out.
Come on, man. Come on.
And I said, you know what, but he had already revealed to me that education was my calling. And,
yes, sir.
And then, you know, it's kind of like the guy that's on the house, you know, and then, you know, he's praying to God for, you know, help him off the house, and then a helicopter come by, he keep on going, you know, then the flood waters come up, the boat come by, keep on going, then he wind up drowning. Drowning and go to heaven and say, God, I was praying for you right here. He said, I sent you the helicopter, I sent you the boat. He said, I sent you help. And so I never forget, I go all the way back to when I was in high school. I had my two favorite teachers, English teachers, told me, they said, you need to be a teacher. I said, nah, I'm going to make this money.
Right.
Then my assistant coach in college, who was Mega, he called 12 of us in to a conference, and he said, I need y'all to get your minor in education because you need to go in education. I said, nah, coach. I said, I'm going into accounting, so I count my money. So then God brought the tumor. You know, he said, I got to get your attention.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes he has to get your attention.
Yes,
he
sir.
Said, he said, I have to take football completely off the table.
Wow.
And so then he allowed football to get me in education. So, man, just happy to be able to guide, you know, kids and now adults, and now, you know, to the level of putting systems in place to make sure the students, you know, because every decision you make, especially in the realm of education, should be what's best for students. So
absolutely, it's going to affect
being able to advance and you know, starting off with guiding kids and giving them counsel, guiding teachers, giving them counsel, guiding administrators, giving them counsel, and now putting systems in place. Right. You know, in a district that would allow that district to meet the future changes in education. You know, and then all at the same time, make sure we take care of the kids.
Yes, sir. Man, that's listen, again, Doc, I love talking with you, man, because you always gonna teach me something. You always gonna give me a little something, man, every time. Doc, I love the testimony. Let me ask you this. So Bienville Parish, tell me a little something about Bienville Parish. I know it's not the largest district, but how many schools you got there, and about how many employees you're dealing with? What we talking about?
Bienville, we have 7 schools in Bienville. Bienville's a little different. We have what you call we have K through 12 schools. Then we have two campuses that has an elementary on it and a high school, and that's Arcadia and Crawford, and then you have Ringo Elementary, Ringo High. Then Castor, Saline, and Gisborne Coleman, all are K through 12 schools.
Okay.
We have about almost 1,800 kids, about 400 and so employees. So dealing with, we're not dealing with, but it's rural area. I've been working a lot on trying to make sure we have connectivity. So that's the kind of issues you have, making sure, we have enough towers up, so the kids can be able to do their work. So, you can have some service, you can't create a hotspot if we don't have connectivity.
That's right.
And so, and so then just working, with teachers and with the directors on, when you're in a small school, sometimes, because you're an educator, you may have several preps.
Right.
So, so just, helping guide teachers through that sort of thing, and then, and as always, as I did my research, when you in a rural system, and it's like you in a suburban or anything else, the best thing to do is make sure you have the right people in front of the kids.
Right.
And so we worked on that, make sure we was completely staffed. And then after that, we give the extra resources that they need, to make sure the kids are successful. So, we're moving, man. A lot of things going on in education in Louisiana, a lot of changes, as you know. Yeah. And so just making sure right now that everybody is informed on what's going on in education, so we'll be able to meet the challenges that's coming ahead.
Absolutely. What's coming down the pipeline, so we can put it out to the people. Sounds good, man. Yeah. You're a child of God, man. You're a strong Christian, man. How does your relationship with God factor in? What role does your relationship with God play in your decision-making process on a daily basis?
Well, Rev, a lot of people don't get a chance to work in their purpose, in God's purpose for their life. So, I'm grateful every day. Ever since He revealed my purpose was education, that I get a chance to actually do what's God's will. Yeah. And so that guides me whenever I make decisions, because God told me to take care of the kids.
Yes, sir.
Take care of the kids. And so, and every time I do that, He's always blessed me. And every move that I've made, He's blessed me. And so, I always being in relationship with God, I always praying, I always being mindful of the Spirit, and also, and so especially when making difficult decisions, being mindful of the Spirit, what's God's will, right. And listening and getting waiting on hearing of God. Yeah. Not just giving it to Him, but waiting on hearing, and then he'll send you the answer in so many different ways.
Yes, sir.
But you have to stay in the Spirit in order to get the answer, and then just be confident that no matter how difficult it is, how challenging it may be, if God send you to it, He gonna send you through it.
He'll send you through it.
So I always say, just got to trust God through the process.
Yes, sir.
It may seem like it's not gonna happen, but trust God through the process.
Trust God through the process.
If He told you to go, go.
Yes, sir.
And so you go, and He'll provide everything you need as you go. So it's just a blessing to to be able to wake up, and some people have their godly purpose is something else, but they go into the factory, they go into something else, and that's completely out. I say it's good to be operating in your purpose, and then also be able to share and bring other people along who maybe just need some guidance and direction to make sure that they be the best that they can be for the students.
Right. Wow. If I can help somebody, I just thought about the song. If I can help somebody,
That's it.
as I pass along, then my living
Would not
will not be in vain. Yeah.
That's it.
Man, listen, again, it's always a joy talking with you. I thank God for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited about what you're doing down in Bienville Parish and that you are still walking in your purpose, man. You taught me a lot of lessons there here in Shreveport at Woodlawn. My first time there at Woodlawn, man, and as a parent educator over there and long-term sub, and shucks, I walked in your footsteps. You know, everywhere you went, I was right there trying to make it happen, man. And we did some great things there. And so thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for being there, man. And so I appreciate you for sharing my birthday with me. And again, happy Founders Day. And man, I look forward to seeing you here real soon. Good brother.
Oh yeah. I appreciate you, man.
All right,
look, man, hey, God continue to bless you and keep you, brother. You're
absolutely, good brother.
Doing good. And
thank you so much, man.
He'll watch over you.
Listen, I know what it means to start from the bottom, so it's only up from here.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, good brother. Take it easy, man.
Okay. Thank you now. All right.
Listen, it's my birthday, y'all. November the 19th is a very special day, not only because it's my birthday, but it's also my birth into the greatest fraternity known to man, the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, founded on the campus of Howard University, November the 17th, 1911. We just celebrated 113 years of friendship, which is essential to the soul, manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. And I live those principles every day. The Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated means the world to me, and I'm excited to be able to share this day with my brothers. 19 years in the fold. This has been my birthday edition. I want to take a moment to just thank everybody for watching, everybody for tuning in. I want to thank God for all of my special guests who came out to celebrate my birthday with me. They didn't have to do it, but I'm so grateful for them. And I thank all of my listeners. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch tonight, and most especially thank all of my guests who came to participate and share my birthday with me. My family, my friends, my colleagues, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving.